Hi beauties, VickyJ here. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all my subscribers and my new ones. It's always a pleasure to have you. Today I'm here with a topic that I never really touched on, and that's about growing healthy hair. Now, if you guys don't already know, I was not always the best person at taking care of my hair. I was really reckless. I did a lot of things back in the day. A lot of coloring, a lot of cutting, a lot of crazy things I did. Over processing, major key number one issue that a lot of us do when we relax. Yeah, so today I want to talk to you guys, give you a couple of pointers as far as going about taking better care of your hair. Because I don't consider myself to be on a hair journey. I actually consider myself taking better care of my hair. I just want to give you a couple of pointers that actually worked for me when I started doing such. And the first thing is you have to start somewhere. As far as taking better care of your hair, you got to know that, okay, something is wrong with my hair. It's either it's this heat damage, over processing, dryness, split ends, things of that nature. So, you analyze all of these things and know exactly what really is wrong with your hair. Now, I always believe that when you're on such a path as far as caring for your hair and realizing that you have any type of damage, whether it's major or slightly, I always believe that it's always good to clean up the ends of the hair. Give yourself a nice trim or give yourself a nice cut. And by doing so, you remove any kind of damaged ends, split ends, things like that, and the hair just starts afresh. And that's really a good number one way that I say if you're starting off a hair process. As far as most of you guys, I know you're going to be on hair journeys, but once you're taking better care of your hair, in order to start off fresh, I think it's always good to clean up the ends of the hair and get rid of any damaged ends of the sort. Now, the next thing I will say is to get a journal and document everything that you do with your hair from there on, so that you can keep yourself on track. And what this journal you're going to put in there is you document all your shampooing, your conditioning, any type of treatments, protein treatments, you do trims, whatever you do, you put it in there. So you will have an idea as something to fall back on as far as future progress with your hair. By going back into your journal, you can see if there was products that you used that did not work. You put those things in there so you can give yourself a reminder of what's good for your hair, not good for your hair. And as I said, I still have my journal and I document all of my progress in there, everything that I use, whatever I don't like anymore, whatever didn't work in my hair, I always put it in this journal. So if I happen to come across it somewhere, I'll know that, okay, this was something that I had used in the past and it's not going to be used again. Or if it was something that you used and you like, it's something you can fall back on. So keeping a journal is a good way to keep yourself on track as far as documenting your hair progress and even keeping yourself up to date and on point with products that you use in your hair. Next, you have to get to know your hair. And by doing so, you have to understand what exactly does your hair need? What condition is your hair in? You have to understand if you are suffering from dryness and that's what's causing your hair to not look the way that it is, or if you're suffering from split ends, any type of heat damage or things like that, you will know that, okay, I have to combat this particular issue with my hair, so I'm going to look and research on products that's going to help me reduce this and let my hair flourish as it should. And just go and pick up any product and say, okay, this is going to work. You still have to evaluate, know exactly what condition you're trying to treat in your hair, and look for products that will be suitable to combat that need. And also, all hair is different. All hair is not going to adapt to the same products the same way. It's always good to get to know your hair, and finding out the porosity of your hair, whether it's high porosity or low porosity, is a main key as well. So that's also a good thing as far as trying to move forward in taking better care of your hair. And that goes for if you're relaxed or natural. Now, another great thing is to build a regimen for yourself. And this will consist of a structural period of how you're going to do all of your treatments for your hair, your shampooing, your conditioning, protein treatments, trims, relaxers, things of that sort. You want to make sure that you have specific days set aside. You don't want to be all over the place doing a protein treatment today, shampooing 2 days down, doing another protein treatment 3 days down again. You have to have structure, and that's how things work with structure. Now, as far as relaxing, if you know that you do at-home relaxers, always be mindful of the strength of your relaxer. I know there's a lot of relaxer kits. I personally use the Motions relaxer, and this comes in mild, regular, and super strength. Now I use the mild or the regular strength. I never go up to the super, because why? My hair is not at that point where it needs such a strong relaxer. My hair is not that coarse. And I think this is a lot of issues that relaxed girls go through, and sometimes you wonder why your hair is all so damaged. It could be your relaxer that you're using and you're not using the required strength for your hair. You might be using something that's a little too strong, and that's breaking down your hair too much, causing it to get extremely straight, extremely flat, and damaging the bonds in your hair to the point where the hair itself just really can't flourish. That's another very delicate issue. Now, some people, they can't really push to a certain amount of weeks or months as far as stretching their relaxer. Some people only stretch their relaxer up to 8 weeks, or maybe just up to 12 weeks, and you can't go beyond that threshold. Nothing is wrong with that, because as I mentioned, all hair is different. Not all hair can go through the same type of stress as some other hair can. So you have to build your regimen to suit your hair. And if most of you go to your hair salon, your stylist, I mean, likewise, always pay attention to what they're using in your hair so you can have an idea of what really goes on. And if you're self-relaxing at home, it's always good to read labels, pay attention, know exactly what strength of relaxer you're getting and what will work for you, because not everyone can handle the same strength of relaxer. If you have sensitive scalp, that can be very irritating as well. Always use a relaxer that's perfect for the strength of the texture of your hair. Again, always read your labels. Another thing, in order to grow healthy hair, you have to know when to actually put your hair out there and when to put your hair away. And you know where I'm coming at. Protective styling, that is just the #1 key as far as retaining length to your hair and just boosting the overall health of it. Because a lot of times wearing your hair, you might have your hair down on your shoulders, it's dragging on clothing material. All of these things are very damaging for your hair, and that can really mess up the ends of the hair, causing it to get frizzy, split ends, dry end, breakage. So it's always good to put your hair up in protective styles how often you can. So as far as going forward in a healthy hair care regimen, regardless of whatever length of hair you have, always use protective styling. It's always the best way to go as far as retaining the length and protecting the ends of your hair. And also moisturizing is #1 key as well. Always moisturize the ends of your hair and use protective stylings whenever you can possible, and that will definitely help you as far as going forward in a healthy hair regimen and retaining length. Now, another great aspect is putting clean hands into your hair. Now, I have a phobia with dirty hands going in my hair, which does not happen. Now, let me just give you an example. You don't want to handle putting body lotion on yourself and then going and handling hair moisturizer or hair oil and cross-contaminating all that and putting it into your hair. I mean, you just don't want to have that type of mix. Always make sure whatever you do first with your hands, whether it's putting on lotion or even face product, always make sure that you wash your hands thoroughly before going into your hair and starting to apply any type of products. I mean, that's just my own way, but I swear by it. I do not like dirty hands going in my hair. Another thing, drink lots of fluid. You know, that always helps to boost and rejuvenate your hair. Also promotes a lot of as moisture. It's just overall health. So drinking a lot of water is really good. Always make sure that when you go to sleep at night, whatever length of hair you have, make sure that you secure it by tying it with a nice silk scarf, so you don't go to bed and have it dragging all over on sheets and material, because that will just help to further promote more breakage, more split ends, and more damage to your hair. So by tying your hair down at night will definitely help to retain a lot of the moisture in your hair, and also just to protect it from rubbing and getting any type of friction to cause any damage to it. This is just a couple of tips that I have for you guys as far as going forward with, if you say you're on a hair journey, or in my case, taking better care of your hair. These are just a few things that I personally have done, and they do work for me, and I just wanted to share them with you guys. So I hope that this was pretty helpful, and I thank you guys so much for sticking around. So if you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the little bell, so you can be updated with all of my future videos. So thank you guys so much, and come out for another video.